I'm gonna tell this story real quick just to get out what happened. It's just gonna be a quick little explanation on what happened last night. So, last night, as y'all know, Josiah went with his dad to the fair, and which is perfectly fine. He hadn't seen his dad in about a month and a half, so I was okay with that. Plus, I needed a break myself, so I let him go with his dad. His dad picked him up from my house, and they went to the fair. That was around maybe 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. So around 11 p.m., he told me that they were leaving the fair, and he was about to drop Josiah off. The fair is in another city from where I live at, so it's about 45 minutes or an hour away. So I ended up falling asleep, which is my mistake. I took accountability for that. So I ended up falling asleep. I did not hear him knocking at the door or my window or nothing. So he ended up texting my phone at 12:05. I was asleep though. This is a message that I read when I woke up at 2. So basically, I woke up at 2 a.m. because for some reason, I don't know why, I was hot or something, but I ended up checking my phone as I usually do throughout the middle of the night if I wake up. So I noticed I had like 7 or 8 missed calls from my mom and like 4 missed calls from him. So I called my mom back first, and she was like, um, "Tell me why your baby dad, which is Josiah's dad, tell me why Josiah's dad dropped him off at the old address by himself. As y'all know, my mom just moved. She moved last week. So, no, he did not know my mom moved. However, he dropped my baby off by himself. He did not walk him to the door. Obviously, nobody lived there because there were no cars in the yard, nothing. So, he dropped Josiah off, and I don't know how or why, but the door was unlocked. And the property manager said that she changed the lock, so she's not sure why the front door was unlocked. But Josiah went in the house, which is dark and completely empty. There's no furniture or nothing because my mom moved. So Josiah went in the house, I'm guessing, and my baby dad left. Y'all, this is at 12 something. He texted me and said he was taking him to my mom's at 12:05. My mom lives about 15 minutes from me, the old house. So I'm guessing Josiah got there about 12:15, 12:20, something like that. I did not I was not notified until 2 a.m. My mom, she was notified because the neighbors noticed Josiah was outside. They didn't know they didn't know who kid it was at first. This guy, he had came outside to smoke a cigarette, and he didn't know who Josiah was or nothing. But another neighbor had ended up coming outside that lives next door to my mom. It was a woman. She ended up coming outside because she left her keys in her car or something. She told me like that. She left something in her car, so she went outside to go get it. And the guy was like, "Are you looking for your child?" And she was like, "No." And she noticed Josiah because she knows my mom. Josiah was there. She did not have my mom's phone number, but the property manager ended up coming over, and she knew my mom's new address and her phone number. So that's how my mom ended up finding out, because the property manager called her. By that time, the police, of course, had to get called out. So I'm guessing my mom found out around 1, maybe 1:40 or something, because I woke up at, let me check my phone. I called her back. It was 2:08 a.m. That's when I answered her calls. So I'm not sure how long Josiah was there. It had to be like over an hour or yeah, or at least an hour. But y'all, by the grace of God, that man came outside to smoke his cigarette. Because if he hadn't, who knows what would have happened to my baby. But anyways, so I answered the phone. I was like, "What's going on?" She was like, "Why did Josiah dad leave him over here by himself?" I'm like, "What?" Because I'm half asleep. I'm like, "What? Like, am I hearing this right? He left him where?" She said, "At the old house." I said, "At the old house?" She said, "Yeah, Josiah was outside running around, running behind people's houses by himself. It's like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning." Y'all, my heart dropped. So I grabbed every, I grabbed Kingston because he was asleep. Me and Kingston's dad were in her sleep. All of us, we all were asleep. So I woke him up. We got Kingston and we got in my truck and we rushed over there with the emergency lights on. And I'm calling Josiah dad on the way, like what the fuck? Why would you do that? I'm cussing him out. He like, you didn't tell me that your mom moved. I'm like, okay, I didn't tell you, but how can you not know that nobody is there? Like, did you not walk him up to the door? Yeah, no, he did not walk him up to the door. He literally let my 5-year old autistic ADHD nonverbal child get out the car by himself and walk up to the door and go in. I'm not sure why that door was unlocked, but I wish it was locked so maybe he wouldn't have drove off. But however, either way it go, my baby is fine, y'all. But the police did end up coming, and I made it there before Josiah dad did. I told them what happened, showed them my messages. They were so mad, y'all. They were pissed off. It was like 4 or 5 police cars out there. So they were pissed off. They were telling me to call him over here. So they were telling me to like call him, they need to get a statement from him, see what's going on. So I called him and he ended up coming maybe about 10 minutes later. Soon as he got there, y'all, they told him to turn around, put his hands behind his back. Excuse me, y'all, I had to go off camera to cry a little minute. But so after that, the detective told me to follow him to the police station to go give a statement and all that. So that's what I did. I was in there probably an hour just telling them what happened, showing them my messages, giving them my contact information and all that stuff. But yeah, y'all, I just really cannot believe that he would do that. And I don't think part of me don't think he did on purpose, but at the same time, he's still wrong. Like, I know he didn't mean to leave Josiah there on purpose by himself, but at the same time, it's still your fault because you didn't you didn't properly drop him off and make sure he was accompanied by an adult or one of my siblings. I don't know what made him do that, y'all, but anyway, so now he's mad at me and he basically wants to sign his rights over and not be in Josiah's life. That's where we're at with the whole situation. Basically, he says it's my fault. I could have handled it differently. Like, I'm like, how? I didn't call the police. The neighbors did. The property manager or whoever did. Either way it go, you're in the wrong. Anything could have happened to our child. Like, are you even thinking about that? Like, you just thinking about yourself as always. So anyway, yeah, that's the little story on how Josiah almost was a missing person. I just thank God that it turned out the way it did because it could have been way worse. You hear so many stories about autistic kids and kids period just going missing or being found unalived or in water, stuff like that. And I'm just so happy that that man came outside to smoke his cigarette. And I'm not even worried about Josiah Day. Like, if you don't want to be in his life, then so be it. Like, if this is how you're going to act while you're in his life, leaving him places by himself, then you don't need to be there. But he basically just wants to sign his rights over so he can't pay child support. But I'm not going to allow that to happen. You're staying on child support. You're not signing your rights over, and you're still not going to get my son. So That's where I'm at with things. Y'all comment down below what y'all think on this whole situation. And might I add that his dad is on YouTube. But yeah, y'all, he got a channel. I don't want to give him no free promo, but he got a little channel. He got 18.1K subscribers. And he talk about like relationships and stuff. You know, he one of them type of dudes. Don't believe nothing this man say. I'm not even gonna show his channel, but his dad is on YouTube, and child support does not know that. So I'm like, should I even tell child support that you're making more money than you're saying? I'm not even getting my full child support payments. So what's up? Like, you really want to go there with me? You're mad at me because you put our son's life in danger? But yeah, that's my little story time on what happened yesterday with Josiah. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. And yeah, this video won't be too much edited because I just want to get it out the way. Me and the boys are going to church in the morning, so I may vlog tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna try to go ahead and get this video up tonight. But thank y'all so much for supporting me and watching my videos. As always, leave a comment and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.